guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kensani and I bring you faith, education, wisdom and lifestyle content. Thank you guys for the views and the subscriptions. I really appreciate it. In this video, I am talking to everyone who intends on pursuing their articles at a law firm. So they want to eventually become attorneys after obtaining their law degree. So let us begin. From my title, you can tell that I'm discussing the debate between big firms, small firms, what is better, which one should I go for, you know, as if you have a choice. If they don't select you at the big firms, you are stuck with all the other firms. And by the way, it's not stuck in a sense. You get to choose still, or you can wait until you get admitted or get accepted to do your articles at the big firms. So my hope is that I will engage also with some of my friends at the different types of firms, the various firms, the big ones, the small ones, and just this discussion. So I'm gonna start with how I've experienced it before. I don't remember at Wits having had discussions about different kind of firms and which one would best suit you, and just to be more aware of what is out there. Maybe because at our career fairs we usually had the top 10 and the big firms, you know, the ones that when you're like doing very well at school you are pushed to apply to, you know. So I think there's also that gap that we don't discuss the options that are available in terms of the sizes, but also this thing of a size and big and small, it just clutters you and you don't get to focus on the fact that the bigger thing here is, do you enjoy what you're eventually going to do? Will you enjoy the environment that you're going to be in? And in the end, if it's going to get you to become the person that you aim and want to become. So there's generally big firms in terms of size, and then I think there's firms that are big in terms of specializing. So if you were to search for an intellectual property firm, a public interest law firm, a labor law firm, or a competition firm, you'd find that you have these firms that you don't think are popular or top 10 or top 15, but they're actually big in that sphere. So specialization is something that you should consider when you are looking into getting into a sort of big firm. The most important thing here in determining which firm you should go for is based on your personality, I think. So that is something you must look at. And I have listed 5 things that you can consider when you are trying to select a firm. So the first thing I'd say consider from your personality is whether you are competitive. So if you are competitive, like Vele, you are that person. If you lose 30 seconds, it's over. Like, you kill the vibe, you kill the mood. I'd say go for something that is more competitive. There's more people to compete with. There's people who want to shine and take the shine, you know, that kind of thing. So the second thing I'd say look at is the kind of person you are in terms of interactions with people. I'm the kind of person who wants to get personal, you know. I want to know where you stay, like maybe it's because of the way I was raised and where I was raised, like our neighbors, we're friends, we share things. The other neighbor is like family, you know, that's how we treat each other. So I'd like an environment that fosters that. Personally, that's what I would like, an environment where I don't only feel like an employee, but as somebody who is cared for, and if something happens, somebody can be like, oh, is my Godi fine, you know, that kind of thing. So it's that kind of thing. So I think that is something you should look at, like look at the kind of person you are. If you're that kind of person who's like, I don't care, I'm just here to work, I'm not here for relationships, then I think you'd consider larger firms. That's my view. And I'm not saying that those firms don't have those kind of interactions, because obviously you will get there and make friends, but because it's such a big firm, the entire firm will not have that kind of relationship where you constantly interacting and bumping into each other, you know. Yeah, if you are somebody who's just like I just want to serve and I want to do my job and I want to do it well, and you don't want the prestige that comes from something, or you don't want to identify yourself with a certain title, then obviously a smaller medium kind of firm is something that would suit you. And another thing that you should consider is whether you want to specialize. And I mention this a lot because we are not, when we start applying for articles, we just apply, you know, and you're gonna figure it out wherever you end up. But if you already know that you're really interested in intellectual property, in environmental law, in like highly specialized fields, then obviously your focus will be going into those firms. And you might find that the bigger firms have those departments, but you might find that other firms that are not deemed big actually do that and are big in a sense in the field. So that is something I think you should consider when you are looking for articles and looking at your personality. So the last thing I'm going to talk about that all candidate attorneys talk about is rotation. So people would generally go for bigger ones because of the amount of departments that bigger firms have, and the fact that the departments are that big, which means you gain a lot of experience in different fields. But then you might not necessarily get that option at smaller firms that, let's say, specialize or only deal with RAF work. So you sort of stuck with RAF litigation kind of situation. So yeah, that is something you can definitely consider. So the last thing I'm gonna do is I asked one of my friends who was doing his articles at a big firm to just summarize his experience, and I'm just gonna read that for you guys. It says that the experience of a big firm is a very amazing opportunity. There is so much one can learn from working at a big firm. It is, of course, requires long hours of commitment and hard work for anyone stepping into this kind of space. There are great rewards of working at a big firm, but equally so, you get to increase your network with people around you. It is also very competitive, and you always have to bring your best. Working at a big firm is always worth it. The experience is priceless, and also the name of the firm is a must-have in any CV. The hours, and especially those billable hours, will demonstrate whether you can thrive in a big firm, so expect to be pushed beyond. I chose a big firm because of its values, and also the culture of the firm spoke to me. I also was interested in the long term, which is to see myself continue any given role after my 2 years of articles has come to an end. You will grow at a big firm, but you will also realize your potential. The cons would definitely be the billable hours. Lawyers sell their time, and it's that time which is important for our survival at big firms. The pros would definitely be doing rotational work in key departments. Secondly, you get to increase your network of people. And thirdly, you get to do some top tier legal class work. Anyway, guys, law is interesting at whatever firm you're gonna do it, but I cannot wait to have other friends at yeah, hopefully I'm gonna have them, and I'm not gonna have to, and I won't be reading from my phone, who are gonna tell us about their experience at various firms. Your best effort is required at any type of firm, wherever you're gonna be. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.